Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM21. It's career mode. This is episode 121. We are at Ghent Wevelgem this time, and this one is much more catered to sprinters if they can survive the cobbled sectors. So today, that is our objective. We're going to use our cobbled riders to protect our sprinters and hope that we have sprinters alive at the end of this one. There's really only one big test in this one, as you have just a handful of climbs, a handful of cobbled sectors, but then at the end you have those couple of bigger climbs, and there is a cobbled sector tied in there. But this one should come down to the sprinters, and we've just got to ensure that that's actually going to be the case. For now, effort is light, but before splits happen, we are going to have to up the effort. And for now, I think I might need to do just a little bit on that, as we do have some guys that really are not terribly good at climbing, but we still want to save that energy for later on. Now, inside 100k to go, it's a long race, so stamina is a factor. But of course, unlike in years past, the stamina resistance of the riders that we have is certainly better than what we had. It's not good, but it's better. Alright, so far so good. We do need to get water one last time. Of course, ideally we want to target that around 60k to go, which means 120 would be the time before that, but because of the length of this, I was able to squeeze and get by at about 140. Means we're probably going to have to do it at about 70, which we're approaching now, but actually it looks like the water is holding out that little bit longer. Once we get through this, we want to get Markovic on that task again as we approach. Ooh, hello, split in the field. Okay, that almost went poorly. Okay, Markovic now done with his task, and we are sitting here with fewer riders in the Peloton than what we had. And we also are coming up on those cobbled sectors where the domestiques are protecting the guys who are going to be a bit slow. So we want to make sure with 5-star sectors, we want to... No, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I wish this was a Control-Z undo situation, because I still want you to protect these guys. I did not want to undo... let's see, Killinch is the one I had? No, Kira is the one I had. Okay, fix my little boo-boo right there. Reason for this is I want these guys to be trying to push forward. It's very, very short sectors, but it's crazy hard sectors, and things can go haywire very, very quickly. So we go right into the next one, the Christmas Truce. Nice name for that cobbled sector. And then the Catacombs. And I'm assuming those are the actual World War I areas. Okay, now we can sit back up, and they have maintained a good, strong position. Now just one more sector to get through. Now you see that did expend a little bit of energy to push like that, but it kept us safe. And you never know. The field did not split. Very well could have split. Short sectors, though, made that a little bit easier.
Another attack in the leading group.
Now, we've had a small breakaway all day. They had a comfortable gap, and the chase wasn't hard, and it allowed the field to sit on pretty easily through all those early kilometers. Okay, here we go again. This is the last difficult bits. Our domestiques, though, pretty well spent. I mean, they're not done. They're pretty well spent. And you see a pretty large group just got split off just over a small hill. This one, a bit more steep.
Some team managers must appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed. The riders are in a portion above 10%.
There's those 4 riders from the break. We've nearly caught them. The field is starting to stretch here. Okay, now Markovic, Gel, Berggren, go ahead and Gel. This is where I need you guys to be at your best, because we want to make sure these guys don't suffer a horrible fate and go backwards. So we were going to go 88. And we are going to push up. As soon as we start climbing, I want these guys to be at the forefront, not going backwards. Now, this is not crazy effort. This is just hard effort, because at the top here, the Kemmelberg 5-star 1K cobbles with a climb, with what do you call it? Technical cornered sector plus a descent, and now we can sit up and have made it. 54 riders left in the peloton, at least at the moment. 40 riders now left. We want to get, I think, Kalnins to probably go forward again. Use up Galvez to get us back in place. Markovic, Berggren have made it. And now we're back up to 90 riders. And you're starting to see here with 30k to go, a push here in the field. Even our 88s are blinking red a little bit, aren't they? Okay, slowly returning to the front. 89 riders left in contention, and we're seeing these pushes, not so gentle pushes by individual riders trying to break off the front, and that is doing some damage to the field. It's keeping us under pressure, but for now, 22k to go, one or two riders are not going to go clear and do something crazy. I only have one guy that's out of contention in Markovic. Berggren has just a little bit left in the tank. I want Killinch and Co to kind of scoot their way back up the field here. It would be nice, but with all these little attacks, nothing has succeeded just yet. But with 19k to go, we will take over control of the peloton fairly soon. But now Berggren is also spent like Markovic, which means I'm down to 5 riders to make things happen with 17.5k to go. So we do need to wait a little bit later before we're going to put the foot down and take control of the peloton at the front. Another attacker escaping, but again, they're not getting far away. It's that chase down that's just doing some gradual damage to the field. Make sure we're not at the back end of this thing. We are okay for now. 14k to go. Pace lifts for a moment, allows us to get back forward, but immediately the next attack comes. 4 riders off the front. This is one reason why you want to take control of this as soon as you can. With 11.5k, I think Galvez, you are protecting Kalnins. I want you to go forward here in just a moment. Let's wait until we're about 10-7. Okay, and then he's going to start coming forward. I want him to bring along those that are back here with him. So we have Markovic at the very back, but he's out of it. Berggren is done. Killinch needs to follow. We will pull along Kalnins in a moment.
To the finish line.
Okay, Galvez, push a lot harder than this, please. Okay, Kalnins is going to get onto the back end of this, as he is our top sprinter. 9k. It's taking longer to get through this than I wanted Galvez. I wanted him to already be forward. The road is wide, and there's not that many riders in front of us. It should not be this hard. Berggren is in front of this. He's making his way through it with no energy. Galvez not cutting through the field very well at all. Wakira and Sakaguchi need to get in place. Wakira, I want you second in line, and Sakaguchi, are you going to be my lead out? 77.80 and looking really strong. A 75.81 will get your acceleration. Those guys are going to be fast when the time comes. Akira, go ahead and gel up. It's only 7k. And Galvez, really start pushing.
Only a few riders are capable of following the very
fast pace. Here come those attacks, which we are now finally in place to respond well to. And Galvez never even quite made it to the front, but that's Van Aert, Niels Paulette, and Turgis attacking. Yeah, that's the level of competition we're up against. Okay, 5k, yes, we want to push at about a 97. Gel up for everybody but Kalnins, and then Kalnins will gel up here now. Okay, and now we can push Wakira, 4k. Now give me your light sprint to open it up and get us actually out in front of this. Okay, and now we're at 2.6. That's a good enough place for 3 riders to be sprinting. We are in an excellent position here as we approach the finish line. Sakaguchi, though, with that high acceleration, has done damage to his followers. We're going to let him go a little bit further, a little bit slower, but we are out front. Van Aert right on our wheel is a problem. Killench, time to go, time to take over. Give me your acceleration, and we are now 700 meters. Kalnin's, he's not going to quite make it to the line, and Van Aert is going to swallow us whole. We're not going to win this thing, but Kalnin's is in a good position. How far back is the rest of the... We have opened a little gap. I don't know if we're going to hang on for second. I don't think Killench is going to have any chance at third, but can we hang on for second? Van Aert's fading! Van Aert's fading, but here comes the other speed. It's a second place. It's Philipsen who takes the win, not Van Aert. We've beaten Van Aert head-to-head, but we almost beat the field. Philipsen just flew. Oh my goodness, where did he come from? We were out of red bar, so I can understand that gosh, what is Philipsen, like an 84 or something like that? I can understand somebody with some serious speed was able to just blast past us. But we just got a podium here at Gent-Wevelgem. This is an absolute sign of the progress we are making as a team. We still have no one. Our highest sprinter is a 78. Yes, we've got acceleration to an 80 now, but our highest sprinter is just a 78. And with a +1 race day condition, he was getting 70s on stamina resistance. He had some lead-out riders that were pretty dang fast in their acceleration, which meant keeping up was bound to hurt his red bar, which is why I went a lot later than I would normally go. Even then, he still ran out of red bar before the end, but because of that push, it opened a gap behind us, and all of those better sprinters, with one exception, we were able to leave behind and leave in the dust. And with Van Aert, who was right there on our wheel going solo, we did the damage to him as well. So it was enough to beat most of the field, but not all of the field. I mean, you're looking, look at this: Ballerini, Stuyven, Van Aert, Killench in 6th, Eekhoff, Machete, Gaviria. That is a tough bunch. Some really good sprinters, plenty of guys in the 80 plus territory, mid 80s almost, for quite a few of them. And we were able to beat everybody but Philipsen. It's a good result. Alright, so we are at the Ronde van Vlaanderen, as in Tour of Flanders, as in monument number 2 of the season. Huge race. Alright, here's a little background on how it has gone here within this series. First off, Seneschal was last year's winner. Stuyven the year before that. Both years it was Van Aert who sat in 3rd place in the last podium spot. The year before, though, was his victory, so Van Aert has been in the top 3 each of the last 3 years, with 1 victory amongst those 3 efforts. Garcia Cortina was the winner in the season before, and Yves Lampaert the year before that. Here's the problem. I do not have a Wout van Aert or a Mathieu van der Poel type rider. As in, I have no rider who is both cobble rated and can climb both mountainous and punchy terrain. And that's what you need here. That is absolutely what you need. That is the combination that is necessary to win the Tour of Flanders. Okay, we are through the first few cobbled sectors. Let's not do it just yet. We need to get water, but let's get through this next bit before we start to focus on that. Berggren, Killench, Igeshin already starting to feel the pain slightly in their legs, but not too bad just yet. It will get bad. It will get terrible. So without that type of rider on my team, what has happened for us in the past years here? Well, the answer is not much. In the record keeping, you get top 20. That's it. That's all it shows. I have never had a rider make the top 20 here. So that's going to be my goal today. Just get into the top 20 for the first time. Still feels unlikely because we just do not have the right kind of profile, and we definitely do not have the right kind of race day condition to make that happen on a day like this. Oh, and the one other factor, as I suppose it's time to get water, as they are starting to cry about it. Let's go ahead and get... Oh, gosh, what are you guys doing way back here? You're that bad on cobbles, Karaman? That you are this far down the order. Okay. Tillage, go ahead and take care of the water.
Look,
two Turkish riders riding together.
The team leaders can't be too worried about the breakaway.
Anyway, one of the reasons why we've never finished in the top 20 is our best cobbled rider, which is obviously a huge factor in a race like this one. Galvez is Chilean. He has won the Chilean time trial every year. He has won the Chilean national road race every year. The Ronde is on the same day as the Chilean national road race. So for him to keep that jersey that impacts what he wears for the entire year, he has to skip this race. And without him, we're down a very key man on our squad. So that hurts. That hurts a lot. Killinch slowly making his way back up there, and we are about to hit the next sector, and then we'll have a little break. But this is a big one, as we are in a 5-star sector. Let's go ahead and start the increase in what these guys are going to do. Come on, just go 85 for me, please. It's a climb. You'll get a little boost out of that part. But that poor cobble rating that Karaman has, I think, is going to really catch him out. Yeah, look how fast he goes backwards compared to everybody else on a climb. It's a climb, and Karaman is crawling along. So is Martin Guerrero. Come on. I think he's going to get dropped right now. I think he's going down right now. Look how far back they are. Look at Hamadovic. I mean, we have lost hundreds of meters. Hundreds. And we are nowhere near. And look, wow. Wow. Climbers without the cobble rating have just been, look at that, 3.5 minutes down. He was right at the front of the peloton. One cobbled climb, and Karaman loses 3.5 minutes with a fairly high effort. And you know, he went through 75% of his energy on that one climb. This is why we have not managed to get a top 20 as of yet, because again, we have no rider who is in any way, shape, or form a combination. And you know what, these guys, I don't think we need to bother with them either. Kind of sucks for Berggren that he was trying to protect Martin Guerrero. I think this really needs to be the other way around. That cobble rating matters more. It matters even more. So let's shake things up here, and I want Berggren to sit on, and we're gonna have these two do some work to try to pull things back, catch up to this group. Karaman, never mind. I'd rather not see those 29 guys pulled back with us. And we never got the water to the front. Oh, no, but there it is. Killinch. You can see he's only a 71 cobble rated guy, only a 62 mountain, and yet he survives. So Hamadovic or Wakira, the climbing combination suggests we need to be going for Wakira today. And then back here, these guys 2 minutes behind. 2 minutes behind.
Some team managers mustn't appreciate.
Alright, there are some guys doing work though. It's not just the two of them. Let's get Agashin to push harder, and then Martin Guerrero to protect Berggren. Swapping roles.
Acceleration by Pidcock.
Peloton has just 54 riders remaining in it. I have 3. Almost lucky that we even have anything left. And the breakaway, which was in 2 parts, had I think 9 riders. All kinds of broken up already for that one as well. Here we go into some easier sectors. First, the Eichenberg, 2 stars.
They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group.
113k to
The
go.
riders are in a portion above 10%.
Peloton coming back together a bit. As in, my guys are here. Alright, checking in. Here is Igashen. Martin Guerrero and Berggren are right here. Okay, we need to make a move if we are going to get back in this thing, and I want you to wait.
A rider has fallen, and he's not getting
pull
back
those
up.
guys back
It
up
looks
through
like
this
he'll
hill.
have to abandon the race. What's going on? Several riders are flat on the ground. Certainly some sort of incident.
Okay, and just effort up.
A
Pull
couple
these
of
guys
teams
along.
have set themselves up as pacemakers for the
Guerrero,
pack.
you're a
They
good climber. You
obviously
should be able
don't
to
have
keep up with
anybody in the
Igashen.
breakaway group.
Oh boy.
Apparently, there's another puncture. The riders really should
Flatter.
pay more attention to their choice of tires.
Difficult 3-star sector, and Igashen is done. Okay, Martin Guerrero needs to make his effort. He's the closest thing to a combination that I have, which is why I was trying to protect him. Today, he's got a 70 cobble rating. He's got a little bit of stamina resistance, and obviously he can climb a fair bit. But the cobble rating, it's too much. It's too difficult, so that even with a 70 cobble rating, he's hopeless. Van den Bosch, Farini, making our way through, trying to pull Berggren in. Meanwhile, these guys at the front, hanging on just fine. 73 left here, 15 at the front. That is not your original break. Have they been joined by contenders? Not really. Pidcock, yes. Pidcock leading the way on that breakaway, but not surrounded by a bunch of contenders. Not proper contenders anyway. Hamadovic, Wakira doing well. Killinch is just about done.
Away the lead. They're moving along at a fair lick. You've just got to hang on.
Mullenberg.
There's another rider with a puncture. The sides
Last
of the road
quick
are not
little
a
sector
tires
here,
best
only
friend.
500 meters,
The
but
pack
it's
is
uphill.
back on level terms with the breakaway group.
Martin Guerrero's done, and I don't think Berggren's going to make it back up there at 2.5 minutes behind.
Taunt in the escape group is far from cordial. There are a couple of riders who want to go it
Come on,
alone.
Berggren. Come on, Berggren. You can see
The
how
group is slowly
quickly
thinning out due to
guys
such a
can ride
frantic
away from
pace.
him on a climb like this. He has the cobble rating, but he's not a climber. And I think that's it. These guys are done. They're hopeless, and we're down to 2. Killinch is fading, but Wakira and Hamadovic are here. Like I said, we need to ride for Wakira. So Hamadovic, as Van Gessel,
Breakaway.
Sheffield, Bryce, a number of other guys pick up the pace. But this group, instead of attacking, chases. Splits the peloton in half. 46 riders are dropped, including Killinch. Many trying to bridge that gap at the moment. I would love for this to suddenly be down to 30, catching 3 off the front, 5 more off the front from there means 35. Chances of a top 20 would increase dramatically under these circumstances. Hamadovic not doing
The
a
riders
terribly
are
good
going
job
through a
of
very tough portion
protecting
with
Wakira at
percentages
the moment.
above 10%.
It is back together though. For the time being, as it has yo-yoed yet again. Hamadovic finally getting back
A
in
rider just
position.
withdrew.
88k to go. We do need. I gotta decide when to get water, and with 90k, it's a little bit too far out. And especially the size of the peloton. If it gets down to that 20-30 riders again, then that's a
We're
wonderful
into the last
time
third of the
to
race.
get it.
We'll soon know the
Number of
final
riders
outcome.
are getting dropped on merit though, so there's going to be an ever-shrinking peloton. There's guys like Killinch out there that barely held on for a while and just won't be hanging on much longer. Let's go ahead and up the effort just
The
a little
breakaway
bit.
is not to
Let's make
everybody's
it an
liking.
83
The peloton
now
has
to try to hang
significantly
on.
increased its speed.
As we go
Breakaway
to
at
come
the
into
front.
the next sector, we're going to speed it up for a little while. 2 stars, but it's another climb. That's what makes Tour of Flanders so hard. It's not just dealing with cobbles, it's dealing with cobbled climbs. Hamadovic really starting to feel the pain. And Wakira not doing so great, but the Peloton's down to 22 at the moment. That is ideal for me, as our chances of a top 25 go up when that group gets smaller and smaller. Hamadovich, nearly done. Needs to get that water. Can we get that water now while the group is small? Will he make it back up there? Come on. Gotta keep an eye out. Yes, he did it. Okay, he got it. So we're good on the water. Wakira will survive. We get a little bit of recovery here, but here comes the big time. Here we go. 85. Move to the front. Survival by getting out front of this thing. This was that first climb that just destroyed Karaman earlier. Karaman, by the way, is way back. Akira definitely doing better than some, but he is already off the back. I do not mind if we are off the back. My goal is a top 20, not to get in the top 5 or 10. Hamadovich is gone. Okay, we're in a group of 6 chasing the front end. Hamadovich, you're out of here. And let's see, Kosnefroy, Bystrom. This was technically picked as the favorite for the race. Serena, 82 cobble rating, but not a climber. This is where you get into that trouble of you need combination. And we're seeing a lot of big-time riders right back here that have been dropped. There's Pidcock.
Watch out. A team leader
There is Wakira's group of 6 chasing. There's 8 ahead of us. Now it's going to be 7 chasing 11. That puts us in 12th to 18th at the moment.
That's another rider with a flat
Here
tire.
we go.
The
Up the
road is
Paterberg.
really treacherous.
Wakira, not much energy left. He is more punchy, so yes, we do want to keep that effort high
This climb
as we
features some
try to make
dreadful
our way,
percentages.
maybe even regain contact with the front 11, which, at least for the moment, has happened. We will set up as soon as we crest so that we don't just suddenly get dropped. And now it's down to a peloton of 20 riders, and Wakira right at the back end, not much energy left, is now going to be in survival mode.
Yet another flat tire. It seems
But
to
if
be
those
catching.
gaps open behind us rather quickly, even though we obviously stand no chance of winning this thing with this kind of limited energy, he's only got a 66 resistance. But he's got a wonderful, wonderful chance of getting that top 20 for the first time now. He's gotten a little bit of recovery here. But now we head up the Koppenberg. Okay, I'm going to go out the back most likely. I am going to go out the back
Another flat
almost
tire.
intentionally because we need to have something in the tank. What I want to do is follow Leknesund. I want to lock on to Leknesund at least. I don't want to get dropped all the way and end up in the group of 9 behind. Niels Pollitt. Okay, there you go. That is just about good enough. We hang on to the back end of a peloton of 20. Barely scraping by at the moment is Wakira. This one's not as bad. That little downhill keeps you alive. This one's going to do some damage though.
By many riders. The
I'm
percentages are
feeling
very
this is
high.
going to split it up into
Apparently,
2
there's
groups.
another puncture.
If I
The
have a
riders
sizable
really should pay more
group that I
attention
can
to their
hang
choice
on
of
to,
tires.
if I don't get dropped right here, we're on pause. If Wakira hangs on to the tail end of this group, we're okay. If he loses it, we're in trouble. And he has lost it. Leknesund gets counted in his group, even though Leknesund was like 3-4 bike lengths behind us, and the guys in front of me were a quarter bike length away. I don't know how he hangs on and we don't, but now we're caught up with the guys behind, and now we're looking at a top 25. But we have the strength of a Pidcock, of a Mataway, to help pull us back, and a lot of really strong Class 6 riders here. But our chances of catching up to that group of 5 ahead of us are slim, and my recovery right now is pretty dang minimal, as we're about to be in trouble yet again. I knew I couldn't try to attack that even though the guys looked slow because they just didn't have the energy. The group thins out, which is good. And we're about to catch one of those front riders. But again, I think we're now just outside of, well, the top 20 and realistically probably the outside of the top 25. No help coming from behind. Hamadovic has lost 4 minutes as we go into the hardest climb yet again. This is going to absolutely destroy us, this back-to-back. Now's the time to gel, but it's not going to make much of a difference. It's just sad that we can't get a race day condition bonus, and we definitely can't get the right riders. We are literally last of the group as everybody rides away from us, and let's just kind of go ahead and cruise it on home. We make up some ground. We catch one rider, but the next group catches me, and it's a sizable group. I'm near the front of it, but it's split in half. That's good. As we head towards the finish, but I'm definitely just outside of the top 30 now. This actually still might be our best finish that we've had here at the Ronde. $6K to go. Courtiens has taken the win ahead of last year's winner Seneschal. Asgreen gets third. Serena. How did Serena get fourth? We were riding with Serena, and Serena had been dropped. How did he recover on that one? 900 meters to go. Sprint, please. We have missed the top 20. Will we recover position? We do. And that is 25th. Hey, look at that. 25th. A top 25 at the Ronde van Vlaanderen. But of course, the real objective was to crack the top 20. But when Tom Pidcock is 20th, Matthew Vanderpoel is 15th. What are our odds with a Wakira to crack that group? Not too good. Not too far off. But we were definitely off. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.